Well, we're back again. Gotta show you the yard's turning green again. We're finally getting some rain. Got about 3 inches in the last 5 days. It's nice. Temperature's a little bit cooler, awful humid. But decided to do a little work on the old Custom 2 here. Well, I've done a little bit to it. You can see that I have got the track on and the suspension. That was a real challenge, but it's in place. I've still got to put a shock absorber on it, and I got a shock on it. You can kind of see it underneath. But I take the bolt out in order to put the collapse the suspension a little bit to get it to get in there. What a challenge that was. I had it sitting on top of this sawhorse, these sawhorses, and it's pretty heavy, and so I had my engine lift here hooked to the one side. I lifted it up, and when I lifted it was on the other side over there, and I lifted it up and it slipped off the sawhorses and fell on the floor. But it didn't skin it up too bad. I bought some paint that'll touch up the edges along here, this stuff, and on the bottom there's a few spots that are skinned, but you can see one spot right there. It's kind of down to the metal. And there it is. But anyway, what we did is we had to put on the chain case, because when you put the drive axle, the drive axle comes out here, where this gear fastens onto, and I'll show you the other side. It comes out here, bolts up, and then there's a little keyway thing that goes in that hole, sticks out of there, and then you've got another gizmo, I'll show you, it sits on the outside of that for your speedometer drive. And this is the speedometer drive. Now this sled never had speedometer on it, so I had to buy this, and that goes on there just like that. But this one doesn't have the guts in it. I don't know if this is complete or not, but anyway, that's the one that fits it. As you can see, there's a hole inside there, and a hole here. There's a little key that sticks out, flexible key, and that's what drives this whole unit. But anyway, I got to put that on so that I can get my speedometer to work. So I bought speedometer for it and a tachometer, there's a cable for it. So, but anyway, I haven't taken you along much putting it together. I just put the steering shaft in it, painted it up, and put it in, so it all works. You can see those holes in the end there. Those are for the tie rod ends, and the tie rod ends fasten onto here, and then the spindle for the skis, which is, let's see if I can zoom in here. There are those things sticking up. Those are the spindles. And they go up through this hole. There's a couple bushings. There's bushing on the top and a bushing on the bottom I haven't got in yet. But they come up through the top, and then I forgot to paint the tie rod ends, or the tie rods. And these are the ends that slide over those spindles. As you can see, and I don't know if it'll show, but it's a knurled on the inside there so that you can set it. And then of course these are adjustable. So anyway, and that'll get my skis back on. Skis are all assembled as you saw over there. So we'll get those on, and I'm going to put this lift on the back of the sled, and I'm going to lift it up in the air so that I can adjust my suspension out and get that bolt back in the shock. And then I can lift the whole thing up and set it on the floor. And it'd be a whole lot easier to work on the, well, I mean, it's nice, it's level right here, waist level, but you know, you get more and more stuff on it the heavier it gets. And so, but anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with that. And I've been sidetracked. Of course, I do some lawnmower repair, so I got a job right here waiting for parts. This is an old Honda CT90 that is just strictly for parts, and I've got to get it out of here. I don't need it. I have these two little Honda 50s that I'm going to fix up. Well, make one good one out of the two. And but I got this. There's a box of parts, and then there's two engines over here. And anyway, I got all my shelves. I just finished organizing them. And it was just, this was so packed, so full, that I couldn't put any more stuff in it. And let me turn this fan off here. Got fans running all over the place because it's been so hot out here. But anyway, sold all the Volkswagen parts. It left me a lot of room, so I went through and cleaned the last 2-3 days. And I got everything situated. Look at all the bare spaces I got. There's a head to my 207 for my 36. But over here, all the paint cans, all my waxing, cleaning stuff, and then up here some more of that. But anyway, it was pretty much a mess. I had junk sitting all over, and two of these areas are for my small engines. This here is a box full of recoils, mufflers, some tin, and then these are all carburetors and miscellaneous parts. There's some cranks and heads and some miscellaneous bolts and stuff. I just put everything in a box. These two motors here go with this CT90. But I'm going to try to get that on Craigslist. If anybody wants it, I'm trying to sell it for, I'd take $100 for everything. And it's well worth the parts. But anyway, and I organize this side. Get all my paint cans in order. I had so many paint cans, I had them sitting on the floor. This whole floor was full. And so I was able to organize everything, pitch some stuff that I just didn't need anymore. And anyway, you got to organize. Makes you feel a lot better when you get that stuff done. So, but that, and then I was working on this. This is another project that of mine I've had for a while. It's a Motobecane 50cc moped. And let's see if I can get a shot of this. It might not show up well. Yeah, there's this. I put a CDI setup on it, and the place that I bought it from, well, I read the reviews and everybody said, "Oh, it's so easy, so easy." Well, yeah, well, it wasn't real difficult, but there's no instructions whatsoever. You know, so I didn't know you got these. This was a voltage regulator. I had to buy that extra. This is the CDI, and then this unit here, but everything plugged together, and then you had to plug it into the wiring harness on the bike itself. Well, there's no wiring instructions, you know, and then the old nut off the other one wouldn't fit, so I had to buy a new nut. You know, it's like, I don't know, I'm just kind of upset with it. Got it all running good. And then I got my timing set so close to top dead center, it's like 1.5 millimeters before top dead center. And they said that was a good spot to put it, anywhere from there, between there and 2.5. So I put it at 1.5. Well, when it slows down to an idle, it wants to switch over and run backwards. Stupid thing. So You know, it's really crazy. The motor doesn't even stop, and it switches over and starts running backwards. A 2-cycle can do that if your timing's not set right. So I had to go buy another puller to pull that flywheel off. So I've got the puller now, so I'm going to be taking that apart and setting the, I'm going to set it to either about 1.7 or 2. I think I'll go to 2 and see how she works. But then this is going to be sold. So, and then we're going to get rid of, or we're going to get these things fixed up here and get that running, and we got the old truck. But for these, after this and that, comes this. Was my new acquisition I had last spring. This is a Polaris Classic. You've seen it in other videos. But I got to go through it before winter hits and get it running. So anyway, that's where we're at here in Northwest Ohio at the Snow King 55 garage. And you can see a whole lot of the junk is still here. So anyway, thanks for watching and commenting, and for those new subscribers. And I just got 2 new subscribers this morning, 2 gals, Janae and Becca. And I thank you for subscribing. And so stay tuned, and you'll see more videos. So talk to you all later.